Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us directly, tmosso@the1916company.com for pricing details. Today, we're discussing the Patek Philippe 5350R-001 from the Advanced Research Series. This was a 2006 limited edition of 300 pieces and the second in the silicon-focused Advanced Research Series that bowed with the silicon escape wheel on the 5250 back in 2005. So this is the 2006 model rose gold annual calendar, 39 millimeters in diameter, 11.4 millimeters thick. We have 46.6 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. The watch has a distinctive combination of dial and case, and it gets even more distinctive on the case back, but fit comes first, out of the hand and onto the wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference. Now you can see the watch sits low and it will pass easily underneath the cuff, so no issues there. It's a dress watch. It'll slide beneath the sleeve. I'm showing you the watch from over the top. This angle exaggerates the width of the watch, especially since the strap isn't broken in. I'm pulling it tight. Down the barrel is the true angle, and this watch can be worn easily on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Again, this is 16. The strap is robust, as you can see. Large rectangular scale, symmetrical scale, alligator leather, and a semi-gloss medium brown. It has a monotone stitch with a folded edge. On the bottom, you can see calfskin, brand new Patek Philippe strap, no crimping, no gouging, and we have pull-tab spring bars at each end, so you can pop the strap off the case without using a tool. You can see that this watch hails from 2006 because it features the old spade-style buckle atop the clasp rather than the later Calatrava cross. And so this is a sign of the times of a watch that was launched in the mid-2000s before the Calatrava cross replaced the spade-style buckle on the folding clasps. It is rose gold, just like the rest of the watch. The case is relatively simple. You can see a lot of compound curves, very few straight lines. The inner face of the lugs, really the only straight line you're going to see on the watch. We have a little bit of an inset of the bezel from the case profile to visually thin it out so it doesn't look too chunky or pot-bellied. The same goal is evident in the slight recess of the crown so it doesn't stick out awkwardly. We have a domed sapphire with a little bit of a boxed section profile, and then a dial very distinctive of these advanced research models, vertical satination, almost like stainless steel. We have rose gold indices, hands, and tri-Arabic numerals, the idea being that that gold will not oxidize or tarnish over time. Annual calendar, the complication that Patek Philippe created back in 1996, one correction per year annually during the jump from February to March. There is a power reserve indicator up at the top of the dial. When fully wound, it is 45 hours, and you can see there's a moon phase, which has an adjustment interval of once every 122 years. Now, it is a loomed watch, surprisingly a fairly well-loomed watch, and quite easy to read in the dark. We're going to turn this over. I should mention the watch 30 meters water resistant, which is standard for dress watches. But on the back, we have a lot that is non-standard. You can see the sapphire says Patek Philippe Advanced Research. Some of the bridges are unique to this model to better reveal what's below. So you can see the bridge for the fourth wheel and escape wheel. It has been sectioned, so it looks almost like an L or a J to remove some of the material so you can more easily see the pioneering silicon escape wheel. And then you could see that the bridge for the balance, a couple of things have changed. First, it's partially cut away, and that is to allow you to see the Spiromax silicon anti-magnetic hairspring. You can also see that in a rarity for the Spiromax in any application, it actually says Spiromax with a registration mark on the balance cock itself. Plus, we have a magnifier, so you can more easily see that unique silicon hairspring. Now, it does add a little bit more than just being anti-magnetic. It was designed to allow a flat hairspring to have a more evenly distributed mass through 360 degrees. So in theory, it should breathe more concentrically, almost like an overcoil rather than a flat hairspring. And you can see that magnifier on the case back, an unusual and quirky sight to be sure. Now, it's an automatic winder with unidirectional winding action adjusted to 5 positions, free sprung with a Gyromax style balance. So all the timing adjustments are done using the variable inertia inertia eccentric masses on the spokes of the balance wheel. It beats away at 4 hertz, and as you can see, it pivots on 36 joules. It is nicely decorated, and you can see elements including engine turning on the base plate, black polished screw heads, as well as locating pegs for locating bridges on the base plate. We have both circular and linear Côte de Genève, engine turning on the center rotor, satination on the wheels, and then the bevel of high grade on the edge of the bridges. You can also see, because this is a pre-2009 Patek Philippe, it still has the Geneva hallmark or the Poinçon de Genève on the terminal bridge of the drivetrain, a lovely and nostalgic touch. If you love this 300-piece limited edition, it is a wonderful collector's piece. It's the start of a theme. You can collect all the advanced research watches or a standalone in its own right. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for pricing.